Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Time for Tidbit Tuesdays. So it's the end of July and I'm starting to learn about all the changes that are going to happen to the marketplace, individual coverages for next year. I know there's more to come, but one of the first changes that I became aware of was that Scott & White Health Plan will no longer be offered on the individual marketplace starting in 2027. So if you have this coverage now, just know that you're going to have to pick something else. They will try to auto-enroll you in something that'll probably be terrible coverage, just from past experiences. And the terrible part of this is, from marketplace plans, Scott & White Hospital was only accepting two plans. Their own plan, Scott & White, and Blue Cross Blue Shield Advantage, which is one of the most expensive plans on the marketplace. So my advice is that if you currently have a primary care doctor at Baylor Scott & White, that you might want to consider finding one that is outside of the Baylor Scott & White network, because it's going to be hard to find a plan that they accept. Of course, you can always pay cash, and you certainly don't want to go to the hospital if you have Baylor Scott & White if you have an emergency, because you'll pay a whole lot of money out of pocket for that, because they're also not very friendly for people who are out of network. Their cash discount is a joke. And they've been known, I've had plenty of clients that have received outrageous bills and just for walking in the door, basically. So, and actually the Lakeway location is no longer doing labor and delivery. So all those poor women who had their doctor at Scott & White and were looking to deliver in Lakeway, that's not gonna happen anymore either. So I have just found in my experiences that Scott & White hospitals, though you may love your doctor, the admin part of it is terrible. They bill incorrectly all the time. They charge the most out of all the hospitals, even though they're supposed to be nonprofit. I'm not a fan. I am just not a fan of the way they run their business, and what they don't want people to be able to afford healthcare, it would seem. I know these are my opinions, but this is based on information and stories I hear from my clients. So obviously everyone can make their own decisions about where they want their healthcare to be. Some people have had great experiences. I also know that the specialist network is not that large either, so that's another issue. So for this year, if you are on the Scott & White plan on the marketplace this year, please reach out to me during open enrollment. Let's see if we can figure something out and get you something that maybe won't cost you an arm and a leg and that your doctor actually accepts. So until next week, peace out.